Now, breaking news from NBC4.
That breaking news, man on a roadway in the Buckeye State, more than an hour from Columbus in Trotwood. An exchange of gunfire between law enforcement and a suspect during a chase.
Now, some of the people involved are receiving treatment for injuries at a Dayton area hospital.
Right now, Ohio BCI is leading this investigation, and our Sierra Johnson has spent the day in Dayton speaking with law enforcement, visiting multiple scenes. She joins us now live from Dayton. Sierra, what can you tell us?
Good evening. I can tell you that a presser was held here at the Trotwood Community Center. Inside, it was Trotwood Police Chief Eric Wilson that told us, although BCI is leading this investigation, he can tell us that his officer involved in the situation is expected to survive his injuries.
We have a lot of moving parts here, a lot of information that we're trying to gather at this time.
According to Trotwood Police Chief Eric Wilson, police were called to the Voyager Village trailer park a little before 11 this morning for a woman struck by a male relative. When police arrived on scene, that male suspect was seen leaving in his vehicle and pointing a long gun at officers. From there, officers worked to catch up with the suspect, even using stop sticks as he entered the freeway US 35. According to police, that suspect began swerving into oncoming traffic, and as he continued, other agents joined in on the pursuit. That driver ultimately making a U-turn on the freeway and then began shooting at law enforcement. He ultimately crossed all lanes of traffic and hit two cruisers, landing here on top of a Trotwood police cruiser.
Multiple shots were fired by police at that time, and the suspect was subdued and transported to a local area hospital. The Trotwood officer who was in the cruiser was taken out of his vehicle and transported to a local area hospital as well. The investigation is ongoing, being conducted by the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigations, and the Trotwood Police Department will be conducting an internal investigation.
Luckily, it wasn't worse than it could have been. Obviously, anybody shooting out of a window during a lot of traffic on major roadways with a long gun is very dangerous. So we just pray for the Trotwood officer, we pray for the original victim, and then obviously we pray for our suspect too, and hopefully we can figure out what went on with that.
And those law enforcement leaders that we spoke with say BCI will have quite the complex investigation ahead of them. That's because it involves 3 active crime scenes, 3 people that were treated for injuries, and several jurisdictions that were involved. We are expected to receive a more comprehensive report in the coming days. We're local for you in Trotwood. Sierra Johnson, NBC4.